Hello, I'm Leonard from Ask LB, and I'm going to tell you why 0% is the best thing you can ask for. Investing can be very confusing. Trying to find out what company is going to make it big can be thrilling, but then trying to make sure you don't lose all your money, like in the stock market crash of 2008, can be very stressful. Introducing a 0% floor. When a savings vehicle has a 0% floor, it's a guarantee from a financial institution that no matter how low the market drops, you will never lose any money. This means when the market is positive, you can participate in those gains, but when the market is negative, you simply put your account on the sidelines and you don't have to lose when the market goes negative. What we have to understand in investing is that a small loss can have more impact than a large gain. So let's do an example. Imagine you have some money invested and one day it loses 50% and the next day it gains 50%. Most people will say, well, I'm just fine. Lost 50, gained 50, no harm, no foul. Until we look at it with numbers. Let's say you had $100,000 invested. You lose 50%, now you're down to $50,000. You gain 50%, now you're up to $75,000. That's how painful a loss can be. You would need a 100% gain in order to recoup on the 50% loss. It's like one step backwards needs 2 steps forward just to be even. Now imagine if you had a 0% floor in place, meaning you had $100,000 invested. When the market lost 50%, you didn't lose a dime. You still were at 100,000. And then when the market gained 50%, you then picked up that 50% and now you're at 150%. In this example, the person with the 0% floor ended up with twice as much as the individual without it. If that sounds too good to be true, guess what? It is. When investing, always keep in mind, anything that sounds too good to be true normally is too good to be true. But don't run off just yet, because the 0% floor is still very, very powerful. When you have a 0% floor, you'll also be given a cap, pretty much how much you can actually earn. Most of the time, these caps are between 10 and 12%, meaning that if the market goes up 50%, the most you can earn is 12%. Even with these earning caps, you'll still come ahead far more than the individual that lost. Let's go back to our original example. You take $100,000, you lose 50%, but because you have a 0 floor, you don't lose a dime. Now the market goes up 50%. You can only participate in, let's say, 10% of that for your cap. When the market rebounds, you'll have $110,000, whereas the person, once again, with no protection is only going to have 75. An account with a 0% floor is great for the long term because even though you may miss out on a few dollars on the plus years, not losing a dime on the negative years is going to make sure you stay well ahead of the game. And capping out at 12% is actually really beneficial. Since the year 2000, there's only been 9 times that the S&P 500 has actually been above a 12% gain. However, there's been 6 times when the market went negative, and on top of that, 3 of those times were minus 20% or more. Huge losses of 20% mean you need even bigger and bigger gains just to break even, whereas you could have skipped out on the loss of 20% and just kept taking your gains every year that they came. In the long run, having a floor of 0 will minimize your loss, but allow you to still capitalize on gains within the market, allowing your money to grow with compound interest, making you richer and richer. So let's talk about these accounts. They're super easy to open. Once again, all you have to do is contact your financial advisor. I've seen accounts like these being open for as low as $50 per month. Me personally, I have my account tied to a life insurance policy where they take a portion of that and pay for a death benefit, and then the remainder goes and it's tied to the S&P 500. When the S&P 500 goes up, I recoup on the gains. When the S&P 500 goes down, I don't lose a dime when the market is down. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, don't forget to ask LB down in the comments.